Good morning. Welcome back to our kitchen. As you can see, Lauren and I have our Cans Get You Cooking aprons on. And basically all that means is we're here to talk about a Cans Get You Cooking recipe. We're working with the Can Manufacturers Institute, and they shared this recipe with us, and it's phenomenal. So Lauren, as we've talked about a lot of times, cans can make life a lot easier, especially later in the week.
Definitely.
But recently, we just got back from vacation, and when you come home, regardless of what day of the week it is, you never have anything in the house. So I went to my pantry and pulled out all of these things. We were making it ahead of time. I knew we would be because we were doing this video. So it was dinner, our first night home.
And how was it?
It was amazing.
Delicious?
Yes.
Great. Well, I'm excited that we're making it today. So this is a beet and white bean salad is the name of it. And so we're going to be making our own dressing, which is really simple. And again, a lot of just things you'd have at home in your pantry already. And then the meat of it is going to be our cans. So start off with the dressing. We have an apple cider vinegar. So this is our acid to make the vinaigrette. And then we have some Dijon mustard. I'm going to hand you that fork there. Thank you. Get the rest out of here. And I love Dijon mustard. It's just got such a better flavor than...
I was going to say, I've used mustard, Dijon mustard, in most of the vinaigrettes that I've ever made.
Yes. And then we've got a little bit of sugar. Let's just sweeten it up a little bit.
Okay.
So we're going to first kind of whisk that together.
And that's the beautiful thing, is these are not difficult. You can kind of mix a lot of different things together, flavor it to your preference or what works with your salad.
And then this is just a little bit of olive oil, so we're just going to add in a little bit at a time, kind of get this whisked up here. And as we know, olive oil is excellent on...
And that's one of those things, as if Chef Julie was here, she would tell us it's important for something like this to have a good olive oil on hand because the flavor is going to come out in something that doesn't have anything else cooked in it.
Absolutely. So this is our dressing. Really simple, just a couple ingredients, and we made it ourselves, which is always exciting as well.
Are you going to add salt and pepper? Chef Julie would be really disappointed if we didn't flavor it ourselves.
So
just a pinch?
Just a pinch. And we'll get a little bit of ground pepper in here too. Pull all the flavors together, as Chef Julie would say.
Absolutely.
There.
All right, so we'll set that off to the side.
Yes, so that's good to go.
All right, and we move on to, as you said before, the meat of the salad, even though it's a vegetarian option.
Yes.
And it's also gluten-free, just throw that out there as well, without any modifications. So we'll start with the beets.
Yes,
So the beets are awesome. So we bought canned, obviously. We're doing a Cans Get You Cooking show.
How beautiful they are.
They are, and these were actually whole beets, so we did a little bit of the cutting ourselves. And it's one of those things, you can actually buy sliced beets already. We wanted them a similar size to the beans, so I usually say, I've said this before, cans are my sous chef, but in this case, we actually made it easier because beets are one of the things I actually eat almost exclusively out of a can because they take so long to make from fresh.
Yeah, it's just a lot of prep with the peeling, and then the cooking can take, 45 minutes to an hour, so this is such an easy, simple way just to get some beets in some of your dishes.
Tip of the day, though, make sure you wear gloves or you'll end up with red hands.
And as you can see, there is a bright red purple color here, which means there's a lot of antioxidants. So that's the antioxidants come from that very rich color, which is definitely a health benefit. And they're just as nutritious as fresh, so that's something to also keep in mind with cans, and that's also one of the great perks of them.
Absolutely. All right.
So next we'll toss in our white beans.
And beans are just another one of those things. They can take 45 minutes to make from scratch. So it's one of those things when you can just rinse and drain and they're ready to go. That's so handy.
Yes. And I really like the color difference between these two because you also want your food to look appetizing. So
sure.
I think...
Yeah, I never even thought about that, but it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, definitely.
All right, so 2 ingredients and we're almost done. Can you believe it?
Yes, and the beans add such a great hardiness to the salad so that you're getting a little bit of protein, a little bit of fiber. So it is a little bit more filling. That could certainly be a side dish or, a lunch or a dinner.
Yeah, so one of the things that we don't have here today, and I didn't the other night when we got home either, but you can actually put the salad once it's done on a bed of greens, whether it be arugula, spinach, something like that.
Definitely, yes, and even more colors too, which is great. So now we will toss in our homemade vinaigrette.
It's one of those things you can't always see the vinegar on the salad, but it adds amazing flavor.
Yes, and the longer we really let it sit, the more the flavors are going to kind of soak into the beets and into the beans, and they're huge perk.
Excellent. So the last thing we have to do then is garnish.
Yes. So we've got some toasted walnuts. Just kind of
Add in some. Now this is kind of for preference. You don't necessarily have to add all of these in.
So that's pretty.
And you toasted, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yep. So
that was something we did ahead of time.
Yeah, just enhancing the flavor a little bit, which is always nice.
Sure, and then blue cheese.
Yes, we'll just sprinkle some of the blue cheese on.
And blue cheese is one of those, we don't have to add a lot of it because it's got such a
very
strong
robust,
flavor.
Yeah.
This looks awesome.
You can add kind of just how much you'd like.
All right.
Shall we try it?
Time to taste.
Yes. Make sure we want to get all the layers in here. Just get a taste in. Serve you with some. I just love the colors. That's probably one of my favorite.
Absolutely awesome.
parts.
And again, this on greens would be beautiful. That's excellent. Even though you just put the vinaigrette on, there's still great flavor.
Vinaigrette really adds a lot of flavor, and I can tell that it's already kind of soaked into the beets, which is excellent. This is really a recipe that you can't beat.
But you can find it on our website at festfoods.com. Just click on our blog link at the top of the page.
We'll see you next time.